Hey friends. Okay, so every Thursday we have a team call. Sometimes y'all show up with me. Sometimes it's just me. Today I got to hang out with Jamie and Katie. It was so fun, and little Tony too. So a couple things we talked about was how we keep saying that we love this business. We keep saying that it has impacted our lives, that we want to pay it forward, that we want to create income, that we want to grow freedom. And every week it's the same thing, right? It's excuses, or it's overwhelm, or it's overthinking, it's lack of action. We all do it. I'm guilty of it as well. So we were talking about, like, what do we need to do? What do we need to commit to? And earlier today I did the 11 a.m. Power Hour with Christine Dwyer. If you don't know who she is, she's a big blonde woman. She's a PIO person. She's like a BFF with like Shailene and that crew and stuff. Anyways, she's been a coach for 500 years. Hey, Melissa, she's been a coach for this. And so one of the things she said was, like, number one, don't overcomplicate it. And number two, you need to pick a number. If you're here to grow this business and you want to create freedom, you have to pick a number that you can be consistent with every single day. So she said that when she was a new coach, they said 2. You have to invite 2 people every single day. Every single day, not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient. Like, you pick a number that you can duplicate every single day, and then you do that. And so Jamie had a good comeback that she's very busy, and that it's hard to put pockets of time and all over the place. It's hard for her to find pockets of time to work her business. So I was like, you need to have a list. We should all have a running list if you are here to help people. And the people that go on your list are all the people you love, all the people you know this would impact, all the people that watch your stories and like and comment on your posts. Those people go on your list. And then when it's actually time, when you have 10 minutes of bathroom time or whatever, I know that's gross, but it's true. Most of us take our phones to the bathroom. You have a script on your phone, which I don't really use scripts, but I will come up with something that feels authentic. It's my wording. And then I have it saved in my phone, or every single day I'll come up with a new one and I just kind of tweak it throughout that day to use it. So I'm not overthinking it. I'm not having to come up with something super personal, but it is still personal because it's my words, it's their name, it's asking a question about their life. And so you just go through your list. You don't like, well, I don't really feel like it today. No, like, they're on your list, so you're going to touch base with them. And you may not invite them on that day, but you're just making the connection and you're having a convo with them. And you pick that number, 2 or 5, that you can be consistent with, and then you make it freaking happen. And then Katie had a great point, and she said that the reason she was a kick-ass Starbucks store manager was because she had duplicatable systems. She didn't reinvent the wheel. She didn't have to overthink it. It was literally like robotic. She found a system that worked, and then she freaking showed up and she took the action and she did the thing without thinking about it. And so she said that she feels like the bat is kind of overwhelming because there's a lot of things on the bat. But really, the bat, there is a lot of things on here, but more than likely, you're all doing the things on the bat that you need to be doing. And so what are 5 things that you need to do every single day? When I was a new coach, I heard a Kim Carver training, and he asked, what do you need to do to win the day? What do you need to do to win your day? And I was like, well, for me to win my day as a coach, I need to move my body, drink my shake, I need to share about my journey, and I need to either message someone or show up in my group. Like, that's how I win my day. And I had to drink my water. That's how I win my day. And that's still 6 years later how I judge whether or not I win my day. And it becomes something where you're not like, well, if I get around to my workout, I'll do it. No, I'm going to move my body every single day. So maybe you aren't actually getting a workout in. Maybe, like me, you're struggling with an injury or an illness or something. Well, you're still showing up to your journey. And if you can't, you post about that. You share about that. I'm injured right now, and this sucks balls, but this is what I'm doing, and this is how I'm still winning at my journey. I'm working on my nutrition. I'm working on my mindset. You still are accountable. You're still showing the journey. You're still showing up on social media and sharing. So what are the 5 things? Maybe you have 4, maybe you have 6. I don't know. Don't overcomplicate it, but what are the handful of things you need to do to win your day? Write them down and then tell yourself, I'm going to make this a non-negotiable, because number one, it's your life. Like, the things we do as a coach, I'm not talking about all the inviting and stuff, but the things we do is part of winning at our own journeys, right? So share about that. Even if you don't get the workout in, even if you're playing with your kid, like, you can still share about that on social media. So my thing to Katie was like, well, I asked her to go ahead and like figure out what her systems need to be, and then share them, because hopefully they'll be super duplicatable, and those of you who are struggling to get traction and momentum will do that. For me, I have found that a lot of the things on here are things I just normally do, and even on the days where I'm traveling or I'm injured or I'm sick, I still post about it. I'm still prioritizing my water. I'm still doing personal development. It might be late, it might be out of order, but I post about it every single day. I post about my movement. Maybe it's a walk, maybe it's a workout, maybe it's yoga. I post about it every single day because it's my accountability. Start looking at this as your accountability. It's not about you trying to sell or convince. You have to pay your rent by sharing your journey every single day. So I think the Success Club system is freaking amazing. It tells you what to do. It breaks it down stupid style. There's a lot of boxes to check, but more than likely, you're just not giving yourself credit for doing the things. Have that master list. Start inviting, start following up with people. And if you are like, well, I can't invite every single day, then flip-flop. If it totally freaks you out, be like, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I'm going to invite the people who are watching my stories. I'm going to invite the people who are commenting on my nutrition, or who are commenting on, I can tell that something is different. The people who are commenting, you're going to invite them, because people won't reach out to you. They're not going to be like, oh, what are you doing? They're not going to. You have to do the storefront stuff, which is sharing your journey, posting about it consistently every single day, even on the days where it doesn't go as planned and you don't feel like doing it. You still share about it because that makes you human. No one wants to join a robot, okay? And then you invite them behind the scenes. Like, hey, I noticed that you've been watching my stories. How's your journey going? What's new in your life? Catch me up. Like, you don't have to message them and invite them straight up. Like, you can be a human on social media, right? Okay, so what else did I want to say about that? I don't know. But a lot of these things are things we're doing. And if you're not doing these things, you need to be. Because you working on your mindset, you moving your body, you having your shake, you sharing your journey, authentic and imperfect as it is, that's the stuff that's going to inspire people. That's the stuff that's going to make people be like, even if you just influence them to show up to their own journey, like even if they never join your group or they never decide that they want to try the stuff you're doing, if you can impact a life, if you can inspire someone with a quote or a book recommendation, isn't that all why, that's why we're here. Yeah, I want to make money, and now I really feel the pressure because I'm like, I think my husband's going to be terminated. So shit, you need to help me help you. All right, let's build this. Let's make an impact. Okay? Okay. The other thing we talked about was doing a live event. We're going to go to Arizona, okay? So if you're interested and you want to go to Arizona, you live in Arizona, you want to meet up with us, I need to find a window to make it work. I'm waiting until 9/11 happens because I have a bad feeling about it. So I'm not booking any travel until after this weekend, probably after next week. And we're going to meet up. And if you're coming on this trip, well then we're going to do business and we're going to make an impact and we're going to make a plan and we're going to get you momentum, but it's going to freaking happen and it'll be before Christmas. So if you really want to go and you're all in, not just talk, then we'll make sure that we can make it all work. Okay? So moral of the story is, if you are here because this has influenced your life, if you are here because it makes you feel better every single day and you want to shine the light, you just need to take action. You don't need to have a plan. You don't need to do more personal development. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You just start showing up and you start inviting people and you start following up with people and you start humaning and you start sharing your real. This is hard. I'm in this place. I don't really want to do this. This personal development rocked my life. This recipe is rad. You just start sharing and you just invite people along. You're not there to force them to put gas in their car. If they don't want your gasoline, then that's fine, okay? But if they're watching your stories, if they're posting and liking your stuff, they're cheering you on. So thank them, invite them, okay? Cool. Final thought, every single day there's a network power hour. This is like secret squirrel stuff, you guys. This is top coaches that put these on, and we got an invitation, okay? So the Zoom is 3 times a day, most days. There's 2 days. I think it's Friday and Saturday. There's only 2. And they have them. I have shared this many, many times. If you're not sure where to find it, let me know, and I will tag you in the post. But I have alarms in my phone that go off every single day. I don't know what power hour I'm going to get in, but my goal right now is to make sure I show up to one of them 5 days a week. Today is Thursday, and I did my first one. Okay, so don't be like, well, it's not enough. It all adds up. And if I'm late, I'm late. I'm still getting some traction. It's another coach's perspective, and it's someone that will take you through this to be like, this is what you're gonna do now. This is how you're gonna connect with people. This is who you're going to invite. This is what you're gonna post about. And it's not sharing scripts. It's not like we're a bunch of robot people, but it's somebody else. It's somebody else pushing the envelope. It's somebody else daring you to do the thing. And for me, it's been really, really helpful. And sometimes you get rad coaches like Michael Folsom or Julie Voris or Kim Fitzpatrick. If you follow these people, you know that they're freaking fire, and you know that this hour that they're investing helping you grow your business is worth you showing up for. Today, Christine Dwyer shared she shared like a graph or a Google Doc, and it has a bunch of links of these calls that have been recorded that maybe they haven't been shared. So it's a big freaking privilege that we have access to this. And I have actually asked in my coach, Nicole's, in her page, like, hey, can we get access to something? And she said no. So I am really glad that we have access to this. It is tools in your tool chest. If you don't know what to do, you need to get your ass on a power hour and just go through it. You don't overthink it. You're not like overcomplicating it, because I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of this is uncomfortable. It's still uncomfortable for me. Still, 6 years in, it's still uncomfortable sometimes to invite. It's still uncomfortable sometimes to invite to coaching. It's still uncomfortable sometimes to share that like wordy post that's like you not in your most perfect, fittest state. That's still uncomfortable, but the uncomfortable posts are the ones that make an impact. The uncomfortable posts are the ones when you hit post that make you want to vomit. Those are the ones that are going to connect with your people. Unless you're wanting to vomit because it feels salesy and gross. If that's the case, then don't post that shit, okay? But if it's like, this feels really vulnerable, this feels really scary, that's the magic right there. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff at you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm so grateful that you're part of my team and that you're part of my tribe and that you get to be part of my journey and I get to be part of yours. That's a huge boomerang effect. We've impacted so many lives. Like, we've impacted so many people. So stop overthinking it and worrying about how you'll be interpreted. People will judge you no matter what. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You might be the thing that saves someone's life. You might be the thing that brings like spark back to someone. That was what this is for me. This helped me find my purpose. And I know that's the case for so many of you. So stop being a greedy smurf and share it, okay? All right, watch the replay if you have questions. The link has been pinned 500 times for the network power hours. Set some alarms in your phone if you're like, I don't know when I'm gonna do this. What time of day will it work for you? What are the 5 things you need to do to win your day every single day? And then make it a non-negotiable. I'm not gonna go to bed until I've touched these areas. And if that means you're in your kitchen with your phone plugged in right before you go to bed and you're like, I have to make a post, I have to add to my story, I have to invite 2 people, then you freaking do it. And then you get yourself to bed and you know that you won your day, that you did the thing. And the next day it gets easier. And the next day it gets easier. And then it won't be easy, but then it gets easier again. It's just a process, okay? Okay.